Okay, so I promised. Oop, there it is. Okay, so I promised that I would make a YouTube video today, but I did kind of give like a little warning on my Twitter that it was going to be a little bit ranty. So I'm also going to put that in the title. So you've been warned. If you're clicking on this video, it's going to be ranty. So I was following this group on Instagram, and I have zero idea of why I was originally following them. I don't really recall. I kind of just like follow randomly. If someone follows me and I click on their profile and it seems full of interesting quotes or funny pictures or stuff, I'll probably just follow it. But then if I like further down the road come to the conclusion that I don't actually think that it's very funny, or I just was catching them at a time when they were posting lots of funny stuff and it turns out that they're actually like really rude, I'll unfollow. And that is what happened today, and I want to talk about it because obviously people feel this way and I think it's inappropriate, and I just want you to know. Sorry. I just want to say that these kind of things, I think people should be more like, less crude, I guess. So the page I was following had like 31,000 people following them. So that means like 31,000 individuals and or companies follow them and listen to them. They're an advice blog, I think. I'm not really sure. And their whole advice is like geared towards men, and it's about women, like advice about women or something. Or how I think. I mean, I can't honestly say that I've like gone through all their stuff and like read it because I really don't care that much. Like, I don't care about the group that much or about the content that they produce that much. I can't honestly say that I care. However, they posted something earlier today that when I read it, I was like, surely this much must be a joke. Like, people don't actually think this, do they? And then I read the comments that people were putting in, like it was all guys, firstly. They were all in males, and they were all agreeing. And one, I know that all men don't think this way, and two, it's just yeah, anyways, so it just made me really upset. Like, it was just like, people think this, like people think that these things are okay thoughts to have. Anyways, what it was okay, so the person was asking, they were like, so if a woman is showing her chest or her behind on in her pictures, which of course they use more harsh language for that, they're like, does that mean that she wants to get with me? Like, they didn't say it that way, but that's what they were asking. They were asking if a girl posts photos of herself, of her body, and they didn't even say nude, they just said photos that show off those assets, like, like, I don't even want to say assets because then but you know what I mean. um does that mean she wants to get with that man viewing those photos? And one, that's just ridiculous to even think that because a girl takes a photo of herself, or a man, or anybody, or a gender neutral individual takes a photo of themselves because they look nice, or they feel they look nice, or whatever their reason, that means you there, I want to get in bed with you. Like, who thinks that? Like, who thinks that someone is taking photos specifically for their benefit if they're on social? Like, what? Anyways, so that was part one. Part two was the answer that this advice column gave this man. This advice column for men gave this man this advice. They said, absolutely not. Okay, I would agree with that. Absolutely not. She's not taking photos of that because she wants to get with you personally, because she probably doesn't even know who you are, but whatever. But they said, absolutely not. This means that she is a sad, pathetic individual who needs validation from others, and it means she's so thirsty and a quote unquote basic bitch. I'm sorry, but that's the wording that they use. And it's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me that you think that the reason why women dress not, or anybody, I shouldn't just say women, you think that the reason why someone looks nice, dresses themselves up, does their makeup or their hair or all of the above, and decides to take a photo of it and share it with people who they care about or who care about them, etc., that they are weak and pathetic and that they need validation from others? Because let me tell you what. Someone once said, and I have no idea who said this, but they said, if women, because, and I'm sorry once again for using such gender stringent rules in this quote, but it is a quote, but you know that it can be used anyway. It said, if women dress to excite men, they would just walk around naked all the time. Like, they would not wear clothes. Like, if we dress specifically for sex, like, oh, that's so crazy. One, enjoying how you look has nothing to do with anyone else on the planet. Anyone. And that's just ridiculous to think that the reason why we do everything we do is so we can get in someone else's pants. Like, sure, I guess that if you wanted to take it way back to like an evolutionary level, that originally that is why people enhance their looks and stuff, but that's just not the world we live in anymore. Like, when I put on my makeup, I'm not doing it so men will be like, yeah, or so men will be like, yeah, or gender neutral people will be like, yeah. I do it because it makes me feel nice. And they weren't talking about me. I'm just saying, like, this is my perspective of it, is that when you put effort into how you, like, if you feel nice by looking a certain way, give yourself that gift of feeling nice. Like, by doing this, I'm not doing it so someone else feels nice about how I look. I do it because it makes me feel good. I feel good when I do this for myself. It is a gift to me doing this for myself. So if someone else decides that wearing like a super push-up bra and wearing that super low cut shirt that just shows off those sweater puppies makes her feel amazing, you do that. Like, do it. Do it, yeah. Like, that's like saying that, by saying that because this woman was displaying her chest and her behind and that made her basic and pathetic and needing validation from others, that's like saying that, like, Dita Von Teese, who, you know, is a fashion icon for so many and is just an overall amazing individual and so classy, yeah, she's pathetic and needs validation. Really? No. She does that because she loves what she does. She's a burlesque artist because she loves what she does and she's amazing at it. And, like, that's just ridiculous to think that 31,000 people follow them and potentially read the advice and take that advice to heart. That's just silly. And I don't know. So I just really wanted to vent about that. It really got all up in my craw. So I just wanted to share what I thought is that if you do something that makes you feel pretty or nice or beautiful or sexy or whatever it is, do that. As long as it's not hurting someone else, go for it. Like, you're not breaking a law. You're not hurting somebody. Like, just go for it. Like, if you want to dye your hair magenta, go for it. If that's what makes you feel best about you, go for it. Like, I can't get over the fact that people think that we do everything for their attention or their approval or for them to get their loins all, I don't know. It just bothered me so much. But yeah, so that was my rant. I promise not to just have rants in the future. If you actually listened to this whole rant, I'm sorry. It was probably all over the map, and I apologize for that. I was just really feeling the need to vent and get that out there, that just because those people at that advice column felt this way does not mean, one, that everyone on the planet feels that way, or two, that you should stop doing what makes you feel pretty because they said so, or three, that you should listen to them, because that's ridiculous. But I mean, if that's how you want to feel, you can, I mean, go for it, I guess. I will continue to disagree respectfully, or maybe not so respectfully for the foreseeable future. But that's just me, and I will see y'all later.